You've seen their faces on every billboard, their music in every edit, and perhaps the latest controversies surrounding the group. So, who actually is ALD1, and how did a group that didn't even exist 4 months ago just become the first boy group since 2017 to sweep the music shows? We're pulling back the curtain on all 8 members of ALD1, from their trainee hell years to the viral moments that've been keeping them in the headlines. Also, heads up before we start, one member isn't currently active, and I'll explain exactly why when we get to him. We'll also break down the controversies that put some of the members in the headlines, including one that turned out to be a lot less complicated than the internet made it seem. So, let's dive in. Sangwon is the member whom almost everyone recognizes first, partly because of 2 words he said about a girl group member that somehow became a whole news cycle. More on that later, but we'll also get into the controversy that put his name in the headlines for reasons no idol ever wants. He isn't the overnight rookie type. He's the 6 years and a cafe job later type. Sangwon joined Big Hit Music back in 2016, in middle school, training right alongside the future members of TXT. 6 years, no debut. He ended up in a pre-debut team called Trainee A that built a real international fan base before the project was ultimately cancelled. So what comes after that? A part-time job at a cafe. His journey went from being TXT's trainee mates, to Trainee A, to working cafe shifts, and finally to Boys Planet 2, where he finished the entire competition ranked number 1. Sangwon was born on May 8, 2003. He's an infi, he likes to choreograph his own routines, which honestly explains a lot about how put together he seems on camera. Sangwon is the member whom almost everyone recognizes first. But later on, we'll get into the controversy that put his name in the headlines for reasons no idol ever wants. Sanghyun, the maknae, born September 19, 2007. Before he became an idol, he was training to be an actor. Before that, he appeared on a Korean kids variety show called Zuzu Club, where he famously ate some of his dog's kibble on camera. That's the pre-debut resume nobody expects. Sanghyun spent about 5 years of his childhood in the Philippines, which is why his English is genuinely solid. He trained under Pledis before landing in Boys Planet 2, where he placed 7th. Sanghyun is an enfie who enjoys collecting figures and writing his own rap lyrics. He also looks up to NCT's Mark and Astro's Cha Eun-woo as his role models. Good taste for a 2007 baby. Junseo. Here's the thing about Junseo. He's not new to screens. He's a current member of WEI, and before that, he was in a project group called 1the9. So while some of his group mates were walking into their first ever survival show, Junseo walked in with actual professional mileage. Born November 20, 2001, in Ulsan, he's the oldest member of the group, and yet he placed 8th, dead last of the debuting lineup. The most experienced guy in the room, barely squeaking himself in. Make of that what you want. He also speaks Japanese on top of Korean, which matters a lot for a group this global. Leo, born on August 22, 2002, in Sydney, Australia, Korean ethnicity, Aussie upbringing, and now ALD1's leader. He'd already had a solo debut before this, a single called One Look in 2023. And if you look closely, he's actually in BTS's Permission to Dance music video. He was also a contestant on the survival show Rap Public before Boys Planet 2. He's an intip, and his favorite movie is Joker, which checks out for the guy leading a group with this much chaos energy attached to it. On paper, Leo's resume is about as impressive as it gets. But later, we'll talk about the controversy that overshadowed his debut. Before we keep going, 2 of the guys you're about to meet were already signed to the same label before this show even started, a label founded by your favorite star, EXO's Lay Zhang. They didn't just meet on a stage. They had the same boss first. Wait, imagine walking onto a survival show thinking you're meeting strangers, only to see your literal deskmate from training across the room. The K-pop world is tiny. Shinlong, born on March 11, 2005. Here's the thing about Shinlong. He isn't a rookie in any real sense. He already debuted, back in 2018, with the Project Boy Story. So by the time he walked onto Boys 2 Planet, he'd already been a working idol for 7 years. He still had to earn his spot, placing 3rd overall, no free pass just because he'd done it before. Anshin, also known as Jo Anshin, a literal Christmas baby, born December 25, 2006, in Kunshan, China. He's under Chromosome Entertainment, the label founded by EXO's Lay Jong, training as part of the group Chromosome Seeds before this. Rapping and singing are his lanes, basketball's his hobby, and his favorite food is just bulgogi. Extremely, I live in Korea now, answer. And here's the other half of that same label twist. Zhang Jia Hao, stage name Arno, born July 7, 2002, originally from Shenzhen, China. But he spent 6 years living and studying in Australia, which is where the fluent English and the name Arno both come from. Before ALD1, he competed on Make Mate 1, then Boys 2 Planet, and he's confirmed as the group's main dancer. Same chromosome label as Angsin, so yes, they had the same boss before they'd even met on a stage together. Geonwoo, born April 11, 2003, an Aries, Este, and by measurement the tallest member at 183 centimeters. He trained completely independently, with no company backing, and still landed a top ranking on the show. His hobbies are baseball, soccer, and, randomly, watching classical performances. Here's what you need to know if you've been out of the loop. Geonwoo is not currently active with the group. He faced bullying allegations from his pre-debut trainee days, which he apologized for at the time. More recently, Wake1 confirmed he suspended his group activities indefinitely, following a hot mic incident on a pre-debut shoot, where he was caught making inappropriate remarks unaware his mic was on. The agency issued a formal apology and took responsibility for not managing the situation properly. As of this video, there's no confirmed date for his return. I'm not going to speculate beyond what's actually been confirmed. That's the full, current picture as reported. So, talent explains part of it. But here's the actual reason your feed is drowning in this group. ALD1 became the first boy group since WANA1 in 2017 to score a triple crown on their debut song, sweeping Music Core, Music Bank, and Inkigayo. That almost never happens for a group this new. Then there's the internet brain half of the equation. Sangwon calling Baby Monster's Rora beautiful turned into a full viral moment, because apparently, a man giving a compliment is still breaking news in 2026. And then there's the messier half. Leo faced a lot of backlash over misogynistic lyrics from before ALD1, tied to his earlier exit from Big Hit. Sangwon caught backlash after an alleged clubbing incident and a photo of him in a bus's pregnancy-reserved seat. And obviously, Geonwoo's situation is still unfolding in real time. While the individual members' pasts are complex, their collective impact on the charts has been nothing short of historic. Here is the actual reason your feed is drowning in this group: record-breaking wins, viral soft moments, and real controversy, all colliding in the same 4 months. That's a genuinely rare combination, and it's exactly why this group hasn't left the conversation since debut. That's ALD1. 8 guys, 4 countries, 1 member on hiatus, and a news cycle that has not slowed down once. Who's your bias? And are you team give Geonwoo a chance, or team wait and see? Tell me below, and subscribe for the next one before it blows up too.